Hello and welcome back to the Find Your Feet podcast, a podcast show dedicated to helping you get closer to your true authentic self by helping you find your feet in life.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. On today's episode, we are talking all about the power of your energy and how to protect your energy and recharge your energy and just basically all things energy.
Yeah, because our energy is like well powerful.
Exactly.
Well powerful. And I feel like I've had like experiences recently through like the tarot reading that we keep talking about.
We are selling it hard.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by Elaine, but maybe we should be. Like I feel like from that experience, because they're obviously like predicting your future, like she's predicting the next 12 to 18 months of your life, but from that she was telling me things that I've wished for or asked for and been working for, but not maybe like ever publicly put it anywhere or necessarily spoken about, or maybe it's a thought that was always in my head, and she's like picked up on it all and is like telling me what the universe is saying about it and like what's going on. And it just made me really realize how powerful like all of our energies is. And like, you know, when you're like going to try and manifest a goal or something and it's not showing up yet and you think that it's not working, it actually is. It's just not here yet, but it really is. Like all these experiences really made me realize like, fucking hell, like this energy is some real shit. It's like, and it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Like it's just made me, you know, people would say like, oh, it's like time is like the most valuable currency and all of that, but your energy as well, like, is well powerful.
Yeah, 100%. Because all those things that we all want to manifest and stuff, like a tarot reader won't be able to see them if you won't put energy behind them.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They're just balls of energy, really.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but as well, anyone that's listening that like wants to learn more about like protecting your energy as well, because I know we get quite a few questions like, oh, I have this crazy boss or something, and they want to learn how to protect their energy, especially when you're putting in the work to feel good. We're going to go over that as well, so it's going to be a fun episode.
But let's just check in, guys. How is your energy? How are you feeling today? How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling on a consistent day-to-day basis? Maybe energy's feeling really low. You're feeling pretty down and you can't seem to fill yourself back up. You can't seem to have your normal vibrancy, your normal essence, your normal zest for life. It's kind of just gone. And when that happens, it's usually because there's a lot of things going on in our heads that we just need to clear out, make sense of, process, get some support with our emotions. And that is when it's the perfect time to go and seek external help from a professional counselor or therapist who knows exactly how to deal with you and your emotions, so you can get yourself back to that vibrant, like authentic energy what you normally live your life in. And that's why we're so excited to introduce you to BetterHelp, who are a professional, secure online counselling service. It's not crisis line, it's not self-help. It is thousands and thousands of highly qualified licensed therapists, all ranging in a whole load of different expertise. So whatever you're struggling with right now, whatever sort of mental health issue you might feel that you're having, or emotional issue, or just some sort of topic or area that you're really struggling on in your life right now, there is someone on that platform that can help you, and they will match you up with your perfect match therapist in just 48 hours of setting up an account. They really want to make therapy accessible for everyone and remove all the barriers away from you getting the help and support that you need from the comfort of your own home.
Yes, we are very, very proud to be sponsored with such an incredible company. There are so many benefits to BetterHelp. I especially love how you can do it all from the comfort of your own home, because I know some people just really, when you're in that state where you want help, you don't even want to leave your house. And not only that, BetterHelp are much more affordable than traditional offline counselling. And BetterHelp are also offering our listeners 10% off your first month of therapy. So to access this discount, all you need to do is go to betterhelp.com/findyourfeet. That is betterhelp.com/findyourfeet to start your own therapy journey today.
Right, so begin the chat about energy. We're just going to talk about what is energy. What is it? I don't know. No, we do know. We are energy. All of us are energy. This phone that you are probably listening to the podcast on right now, or the laptop, it might look like a physical hard thing, but it's actually, if you zoom in on a microscope, it is actually tiny atoms of energy vibrating together. And this is not lies, this is science. You can go and look at any physics book and it will tell you this. Like, we are all made up of tiny vibration atoms of energy. So when we're saying like your energy, that is you. So but basically we're vibrating at all different frequencies. So that's why, like, when you hear about manifestation, law of attraction, they're talking about high frequency and low frequency and and you've got to tune to the frequency of what you want to manifest, and all that gets a little bit confusing. But I think you don't really need to know that much about like the ins and outs of how it's going on. It just is happening. Do you know what I mean? But do you know, like, as well, energy. Someone's energy, like how they are, changes how you look at them, like how you perceive them, like how like attractive you find them.
Oh, right, yeah.
And a great example of this is with Jack Harlow, who you don't seem to know who he is, even though you were singing his song before.
I do that all the time.
You will have definitely seen him on TikTok, 100%.
Yeah,
you are a TikTok fan now, so you'll be on there. You'll know.
Names.
Well, this was me up until last week, and then that song First Class that you were singing before that you don't seem to realise what it is.
Oh, yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, so it's been all over TikTok, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's on Reels now too. Yeah, so everyone kept putting the song on, the clip that he shared and the video of him dancing to it in the studio, like everyone. It was all over the page.
You showed me the
yeah,
other day.
yeah, and it was all girls. They were like doing like joke things where they'd put it on a transparent green screen, so it would look like they were on the video, but they would like when you're watching a movie and it starts to like show you what the person's thinking about through like they do that. It was like a trend because everyone was saying they were like losing their heads over how sexy Jack Harlow is. And I was like, who is this Jack Harlow? Because even men were doing videos like, take my lady Jack Harlow, I can't compete, take it, like, yeah. And so I was like, right, who is this Jack Harlow geezer? I'd heard his music before, but I didn't realise it was him. Anyway, so I started to listen to the song. I was looking at his TikToks. I was like, kept watching the one that everyone kept watching that's like got 22 million views of him dancing to First Class. And I was like, I still don't get it. Yeah, he's cute. He's got little curly hair. I don't get it. Why is everyone going mental about this? And then someone told me I need to watch videos of him and then I'll understand. So now there's like loads of videos of him on YouTube, like little like mashups of like just clips of him being funny or cute or flirting or whatever, for like they just put it together in one video for like 4 minutes straight. It's like Jack Harlow being cute for 4 minutes or something. Like now my YouTube's just coming up with all that because I've watched a few of the videos. So I started to watch it. I watched like 24 Hours with Jack Harlow, with Vogue, all these things. I was like, I get it. I get why everyone's down bad for Jack Harlow. Now I'm down bad for Jack Harlow.
Why? Because
his energy is, he's got this like charisma and charm. And because when I first was looking at him and I was watching the video of him dancing, everyone was going mental. I was like, I don't understand. What's going on? How do I get in this club? I need to know. And now I know. And it's energy.
Yeah.
And it's mental. And you look at all the comments as well about him and they all say it's his like charisma, his energy, his charm gets everyone down bad. Like he is cute, but then when you like watch him speak and see how he is, his mannerisms, just like his essence, you're like, holy shit.
Well, I obviously need to watch these videos because I think I'm missing out.
Yeah.
On
Loads of
this
people
energy.
listening will know what I'm talking about right now. If you do DM us saying, I am down bad for Jack Harlow too.
But no, it's true. Everyone has like their own energy, and I don't think that's something you can fake.
No.
And you only know that when
it's pure authentic energy.
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
like it's just mesmerizing.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why I think sometimes when you meet people as well, and you'll get on with them, or some people you might not get along with, but it's because they're genuinely on the same, like, a similar wavelength. Like, that's what I was listening to in this podcast this morning. She was saying that, like, if you're on a similar wavelength, that's why your energies literally match.
Yeah, and you vibe.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why as well, like, some people you may meet and you think, God, they've got loads of negative energy. But it might not even be that it's necessarily negative, but when, like, something such as an energy isn't in line with your truth. So say if you met someone and they're, like, chatting shit about something you really don't agree with, that isn't in line with your authentic truth, and that is going to, like, go onto your energy field as negative energy. And that's not what we want. But yeah, I think that makes so much sense in terms of, like, arguments and disagreements, and when your values literally aren't met, that is negative energy. But it's like your perception of it makes it negative because it's not in line with your authentic truth.
Yeah, because I think when you're talking about negative and positive energy, I think that most people think that you mean like positive energy is like someone who's happy and good vibes, and then negative energy is someone who's like moany, bitchy, or like sad or low, whatever, which I think is a toxic way to think in itself, because if you're like sad and low, that's not negative. And that's what I hate that's what I hate about the law of attraction stuff, when it's like low frequency, high frequency feelings and all this stuff, then it makes you scared to feel sad. But if you have a reason to feel sad and you don't let yourself feel sad, you'll just repress it and you'll actually ruin your vibration more.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, but when you're talking about this, positive and negative, it's different.
Yeah, exactly. It's like how you're interpreting it. And it might be like that's different for your truth each day. Like you might have like a really positive energy one day, and then if you interpret someone that's angry, and then that's not in alignment with you, so that feels like negative energy. But like what they're giving off is just energy. It's not negative or positive. It's like how you interpret it.
Yeah.
But as well, like going back to what you were saying.
So really, if you think about it, right, all energy we're saying basically is neutral.
Yeah.
But how you interpret it means whether it's positive or negative. So we were literally, before we were saying, so if someone came on this podcast and had a debate with us about whether manifestation was real or something, that would actually be negative energy for us, because that would just be really draining. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because our truth is that, like, within our own spiritual journeys, our own spirituality, and how we connect to it, our own personal experiences of what we've seen with our eyes as the truth and real, we know that shit's real and that works.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's fine for people to have their opinions, and that's probably not affecting them. But it's like, what situations do you put yourself into? Because we know that would probably lower our vibe. Yeah. Because it's not in alignment with our authentic truth. Yeah. So energy is just energy. We can't be mad at energy. It's just doing its thing. Yeah. It's just how we interpret it. But yeah, what you were saying before about like how we are all energy, and energy just is. So like our energy fields are not separate from us. They're literally just something we've created through our thought form, through how we think every day, through how we look after our energetic bodies, through our energy hygiene. Like they are just us, and they are our energy fields. And this is what can get affected by how you interpret the energy, like the positive or the negative. And I've been reading this book called Celestine Prophecy. Anybody that's into, you know, self-development vibes,
spiritual book.
Yeah, I always forget if it's non-fiction or fiction. That's one thing in my life I will never ever remember.
I don't know. I can't remember it. Just call it a story.
We are shit bookworms.
Just call it a storybook.
Yeah, so if anyone loves a good storybook, which is like spiritual vibes, 100% recommend. It's so, so good. And the main theme of it all is talking about energy. And there's this part of it where it's talking about your energy field and what can happen if you get into arguments and like kind of negative situations. And it explains that you obviously both have an energy field. And when you may get into an argument, let's say with your partner or something, and you're disagreeing on something, you are pulling from each other's energy fields. And the reason why you have this strong force of like you want to end up like right unless you drop it is because there's like something that happens with your energy where it's like, oh, okay, I'm right in this situation, and then you take the energy on. And this happens like every single day. So you
feel high and mighty when you win the argument.
Yeah, maybe, you know, like, oh, I told you so. Yeah, because you're literally like, oh, okay, I've got the energy back. Like, you're not defected from my ego. Like, oh, you're not taking it away from me. Like, I'm not wrong. Obviously, it's all quite like ego-based, but we have egos, we're humans, so it's just like how it works. But you may like think of people in your life that kind of go about and cause arguments, cause scenes. You're like quite low vibe people. And that's because they've never ever learned where to replenish and get their own energy from. So in this book, it explains that like each morning, if you just have a little practice, it doesn't need to be long, but some kind of practice where you remind yourself that all the energy that you need to feel good comes from within. And I'm not saying that like if you're having a low vibe day, you shouldn't talk to your friends or anything like that, because it's just a concoction of everything I think that you need. But what I think is really important, what we're not taught, is the fact that you can get the energy from right within you, from the universe, from meditation, from earth. Like everything you need is within you. But when we're like taught that everything's outside of ourselves, so that's what we go and look for first. So like say, let's go for Sally, because we love Sally, wakes up, she feels a bit shit that day, she's thinking about everything that went wrong the day before, she's in that negative mindset. And then straight away her energy field is diminished, because when we feed those negative thoughts and go into survival, our energy field literally diminishes. So we go outside and we start looking outside of ourselves and the answer, oh, you talk to me, or you gossip with me, or you tell me this, or watch the news, and it's all this negative and it's feeding that fear. And then we're like trying to get our energy like scattering everywhere. But really what you can do is literally get your energy from within, from the universe. And like once you understand that, you think, well, I have an unlimited source of energy. So I just think that
Do you
is...
think like with self-love that relates to that? Like, you know, like
Yeah, 100%.
when you always feel like you need validation and compliments and stuff from other people, and then the more that you learn how to like fill yourself up with like love and stuff, then you have that less need and desire, and like it's not like a crutch for you where you like can't survive without other people's like words of affirmation and stuff.
Yeah, exactly, because even when you're full of self-love, it's still lovely to receive compliments of other people, isn't it? That's just part of life, and that's the exact same saying. We'll wake up in the morning, shake off your energy from the day before, get your energy from the universe, do like your prayer, your meditation, whatever you want to do, and then go about your life and bounce off your friends and go into good energy, bad energy. But at least you know that actually I got my energy like from within myself this morning, and I'm not like starving. I'm not pulling at other people's energy. Because if you do that and you are low vibe and you're just like a bit angry at life, then you're going to go and cause that argument because subconsciously, and this is what it explains in the book, so I was like, what the hell? Subconsciously, you're like lacking energy. So you're like, oh, I'm going to accidentally end up in this argument, and then you're like pulling all this energy towards you, and you're basically just fighting for energy when you can just get it from within.
Yeah, that's why like when you meditate you feel like really replenished afterwards.
Yeah, you feel like, yeah, exactly. And like people that meditate loads, I mean, that's a decision for them if you want to go and do hours a day, but they do say they're like, well, yeah, you literally feel absolutely amazing, like you don't feel tired or anything because you're getting so much energy from within yourself.
Yeah, because you can get sleep's obviously very important for replenishing the energy, obviously, but then I always think you need to do like you said, energy replenishment activities whilst you're conscious and you're awake.
Yeah.
Like I went for a walk yesterday, a little afternoon work break walk with my little bro, and then we went and sat on a bench by a river and meditated for 10 minutes, like a manifestation meditation. And then you open your eyes after and you're like, God, I feel like a different person, like completely different vibration, like I'm so relaxed and calm. Whereas the reason I was going for a walk in the afternoon because I've been staring at a computer screen all day, like editing, and like my eyes turned into mush. So I need to get outside and replenish my energy. And I did with a bit of meditation, nature, movement, talking. Good. Or maybe I was stealing energy from my little brother.
Maybe.
Because I made him come with me. So come for a walk with me. So nobody's go on my own, but
no, but I mean that's nice, isn't it? And then replenishing your energy, and then talking about it quite an extreme level, because obviously, like you just said there, you went out, you replenished your energy, you got energy off your brother, but as well, like in terms of energy vampires, which people might have heard this concept, and you're like, energy vampires. But I think a good way to like just put an example of it is like living with a narcissist or having a narcissistic parent. They never ever learn how to get their energy from within, most likely. So that's why they're obviously always reacting from this narcissistic way, trying to pull your energy away. So
say narcissists literally feed off the energy of the people they have, like it's like their survival.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like the extreme
without
level.
doing it. like really extreme.
Yeah. So
that's
like
why if you ever encounter a narcissist, you fucked up.
Yeah.
For like a fair bit of time. It takes a while to like heal from them.
Yeah, because they've really like jumped into your energy field. It's like your energy field has to go into recovery.
It's not like a normal person when they're just like they've got their own energy field, so they're kind of like normal. They like don't have one, or they do. It's like it's a black hole. Yeah, there's nothing in it. Everything that goes into it just. So they'll like suck the life out of you until there's nothing left.
Yeah, and then they'll move on to somebody else.
Yeah,
which is crazy. I mean, if you know you're in a mixture with a narcissist or encounter one, then it is that kind of situation where you do just kind of have to cut them out of your life, because it's like a mental illness, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's like a diagnosed like personality disorder, because some people, like everyone's calling everyone narcissist these days, and the word does get used a lot, but it's like, if you are one, like you are a full blown one, but then other people have just narcissistic tendencies. I think we all have it a little bit, but everyone on a different spectrum of it.
One thing that really like made narcissism click for me was that
because it's a bit hard to get your head around what they are.
Estelle was saying to me, who's the energy healer that I train with, and she was saying that a narcissist would never ever question if they're a narcissist. Yeah. So like, say if you're we would never question that, but say if you know someone and they're like, oh my God, I always do this like fucks up things. What the hell? Like, am I a narcissist? A narcissist wouldn't say that because they're so unaware that they're a narcissist. They're like so in their own world. So that might help.
Like
it
full on believe their own bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's no coming
scary.
back.
Yeah.
It is scary. So yeah, keep aware of those narcissists because they will suck the energy out of you. But that is a perfect example of someone that's going around taking other people's energy because they've never ever learned how to get it from within themselves.
Yeah, they're crazy. And you'll know if you've ever dated a narcissist because it will take you a really, really long time to get over them, even though they were like toxic and like not good.
Yeah, or a really long time.
Or they just won't even leave you alone.
Yeah.
Because they don't, because that's what narcissists do. Like they won't leave you alone. They will, because like as well, because the narcissist has like the reason why they suck loads of energy from other people and is because they act like the most confident, brash person. Like the narcissists do tend to be quite successful people because their need for that validation has driven them to like get to be successful. But they'll come across successful, charming, blah blah blah. But then when you actually quite quickly get to know them, like it's always like the early signs of it as well as like love bombing, like quite intense quite quickly, getting pulled into them. But they don't want, when you try and like exit and leave, they don't let you, or like they you might go and leave, but they'll like linger around, like they'll just come like try and talk to you again or whatever. Like they never properly go, and it's because they actually have a completely hollow shell of like no self-esteem or self-worth. That's why they take their energy from everyone else, because they haven't got, but they act like they're full of it, hence all the sort of successful like achievement of life approval things. And then the fact that you've left them, they won't let you, like they'll keep coming back because they need to win you, because it's just validation as well for them.
Yeah, 100%. I've seen that so much, especially in people, narcissists being demasculated, and then they can't stand it. Like they need to
and it's just it's a game in their head. Like so you got to, when you're dealing with people like that, you've really got to like look at black and white. And because their energy is powerful as well, they'll be sucking you back in. You've really got to like keep that black and white and that sense of logic within your own mind, because it's such an overpowering like dynamic and energies and everything, that you've got to know that, like, because what they do is with the love bombing and all of that, they make you at the start, they make you feel so special and like and then it's, you know, you get into it and it's like crushed you. They've sucked everything out of you with a straw. So like them trying to come back to you, like just think black and white, they'll just be doing that to the other person that dumped them as well. Do you know what I mean? Like as in, it's in their head, it's their own reality, it's not yours, and it's they're playing their own game, not like games, but like that's how their life is. They don't see the world how you see the world because they're a narcissist. So they're trying to like win you back. It's just so that they can be like, yes, I got her back. Can I have anyone? Self-esteem, validation. Like that's all it is.
100%.
So like, because what can happen is the narcissists tend to go for people that are like slightly vulnerable in some way, like not literally saying, if you're with one, you're weak, you're vulnerable. Doesn't mean that's all. Like it can be even the dynamic of it, like maybe they're your boss and they go for you at work and you're like the assistant or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like that, even stuff like that where you're slightly vulnerable because they're in a higher position than you in a career or something like that, in a workplace where there's external rule, like, do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's not even like, if you're really weak and like vulnerable, then you end up with someone like that because you're weak. Like it's tactical from them, like, and whether they consciously even know that's what they're doing anyway, who knows? Like that's what I mean. It's a fucking minefield. But if you cross paths with them and you start to recognize that that's what they are, fucking run for the hills. Because they take a long time to heal from as well. Because
they
do a deep depth of damage, more than like a normal non-narcissistic person who you still might form a toxic relationship with. They just might not be a narcissist. You can still have a toxic relationship
100%.
with someone who's not a narcissist. So but narcissist is just like kind of on another level. And like if you have like a narcissistic parent, like you can potentially be attracted to narcissist, because you can either become a narcissist yourself if you have had a narcissistic parent, or you will be like romantically attracted to narcissists.
Or like I was reading last night as well that you can like attract people might be listening like shit. Like if you have narcissistic parents, you're quite likely to attract a boss that is a narcissist.
Yeah.
Which is like,
it's all so weird.
Yeah, crazy to think. But that's why it's really important when you meet new people, say you're dating someone and they say something and you think, oh, that's not in line with my truth. That feels a bit weird. Like, oh, why are you saying that? That sounds a little bit controlling. Oh, it's fine. Like, that's little signs, isn't it? That like someone may be a narcissist or maybe controlling or toxic, and like, if that isn't in line with your truth and that doesn't feel right, and you leave that person and you think, oh God, I feel well drained, that is literally your energy field that we just can't see, that's been diminished. So I think the more you keep aware of that and just recharge your energy every morning and just keep that in mind, then that will help you maybe not get into those situations. But if you're in those situations, don't judge yourself, because like I said, it's energy, and you're literally, sometimes you can, it's just, it's like magnetic. Sometimes those kind of things, especially with like narcissists. So don't judge yourself if you're in that situation or you ever have been, because we've all been there.
Yeah, the energy fields are nuts. And if you want to learn more about it, a really good person is Dr. Joe Dispenza, because his work is all about energy. And he has, I would say he's a doctor. He calls himself is he a doctor? We've had this debate before.
We have had this debate. I think he's like loads of things. Like he's like studying neuroscience. He studied this. Studied that, but he started off by he broke his back, and then the doctor said he'd
never be able to walk,
never be able to walk, and then he healed from his thoughts alone, and then went on to study.
So he healed himself from his thoughts alone, because your thoughts are energy forms, which we'll go into in a minute. But so obviously he became his own study, and then went and actually
healed thousands of people. Thousands. Like, it's absolutely mind-blowing. And if you don't know him and you do look him up, if you're ever like, oh, I want the science, I want the facts, then that is the guy to go to. Yeah. His books as well, they're like bloody workbooks.
Because he's literally done tests, like literal tests, like everything.
Every single like meditation, even every single retreat he does loads. And every single retreat he's testing all the time. Everyone's like, they're having these amazing meditations, mystical experiences, and then they're under all these brain scans. Like, he's always collecting the data. It's amazing. Yeah.
I think everybody, like, when you're talking about things that can't be seen to the eye, which energy can't be seen to the eye, unless you do look at it on a microscope thing, you can see it, because you can see the vibrating things, the vibrating atoms. But obviously me looking at you right now, you're just a meat stick.
Meat stick.
With a soul inside.
I saw somebody else say meat suit the other day, and I was like, ooh,
it's horrible.
A meat suit.
Like you know, it's hard for some people to like. Everyone like works differently, so some people need that evidence. It's like, I haven't actually read many of his books. You have. But I know what he like talks about. But that's because I believe in the energy, because I feel the vibes, you know. But then, like, for example, which we'll kind of go into now, but like with the psychic reading, hashtag not an ad, hashtag not sponsored by Elaine. We will link her again in the show notes. We put her in the show notes for the last few episodes. We keep mentioning it, but she's unreal. But like the tarot reading I had with her, like, that for me was full on physical evidence of, oh my God, like, my energy is fucking powerful. Like, everyone's is, but as in really understanding the depths of it. Because, you know, when people like Joe Dispenza will tell you, like, your brain is a record of the past. And like, you know, how you're just recreating your future from your past all the time. But you've got to think about the thought, like, you got to think about your future and then create it, like, and you like, you know, your thoughts are the very beginning stems of your manifestations. That doesn't mean to be scared of your thoughts. And if you like think, because you do have to think about it a lot, like, to pull it in. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to be taking aligned action towards what you want, because that's energy too. Like, you can't sit there and like think, $1 million is landing in my bank account at the end of the year, and then do no work, because that's not enough energy to pull it in. It's not enough. You're not creating enough energy as well in your aura. So, you know, people are like, start getting, you know, when they read The Secret and it tells you need to be really grateful, you've got to be grateful for what you have before you can get anything new, before you can attract anything. They get really scared if they ever feel slightly ungrateful.
Yeah, I literally remember feeling like that when I read
and that's
The Secret.
just fucking don't think shit like that. You start getting scared of your own thoughts, and it's just a whole problem in itself. No disrespect to Rhonda Byrne, I think she's cool, but like I just think, you know, there's more to it than that. So your thoughts are powerful, but you do have to, like, they have to be ones you really do focus. You know, they say what you focus on expands, where attention goes, energy flows. It actually does. Like when I had the tarot reading, she was literally telling me thoughts that I've had, like, repetitively. Maybe even some of them were worries as well, like repetitive worries that I've had. I won't voice what they are right now because I'm going to expose my psyche, my whole personal life, even though I love to share things with everyone. She was saying things to me like, because what is it? Let's first of all, let's explain what a tarot and a psychic reading is. They are just a channel for guidance from the universe. You can ask for guidance from the universe whenever you want. We've done episodes about it before. You ask for signs. We talked in there about the little thoughts that you get coming in like that. They're like lightning bolts, and they're like, ooh, that's a nice idea, and you've never thought before. And it's like it's intuition. It's the universe, because, not to get too crazy here, but we are the universe. You are it. Everyone listening, like, there's this consciousness that touches all of us. Like, we are all connected. This energy. Yeah. So when you go to see a tarot or a psychic reading, they're just a channel on in the physical world of a person that can just communicate to you what the universe wants to tell you in a very clear way.
Yeah.
But the same way you could go out on a walk and ask the universe for a sign, say, universe, show me a pink bird if I should go on a date with this person. And then you'll see the pink bird or you won't. Like, you don't literally have to do that. I don't do that, but I don't like asking for a specific signs like that. I don't know why, I just don't connect with it. But like, you can do it in so many different ways. And again, like I said, we've done episodes on it before, so you can go and listen to that Signs from the Universe episode. But when you're going to see a tarot or a psychic, they are literally just a channel for the universe. So the universe is just talking to you through them.
Yeah.
Through the cards, like, because they're pulling these cards, like, they don't know what's going to be on there, because they know nothing about you, and these cards, like, just slap, like, they're the truth. So yeah, so like when I went, she kept telling me like the same things. Don't worry about X because it's not the time yet. Don't worry about da-da-da. Like, she kept telling me this same thing, to not worry about this specific thing. That was a thought that would like be in the back of my head, that would steal a little bit of my energy, because it would like hold me back a little bit. It would stop me putting 2 feet into like the way that my life is now, because I'd be a little bit like, but maybe I should actually change what I'm doing in case this passes me by, and I don't end up bringing X into my life. I'm not going to say what X is. But, do you know what I mean? Like, so it was something that was in the back of my head that was like taking a fair bit of my energy, but it was just one simple thought. And it wasn't a thought that I'd ever go around saying, by the way, I'm scared about this. I'm scared about this. By the way, everyone, I'm scared about this. Like, it just would be an unconscious thought that's kind of in the back of my head that I wouldn't even really notice, that I would think that off to myself. But then just sometimes I'd just get that fear and I'd be like, oh God, I don't want that to happen. But so anyway, this thing, I'm probably sounding really annoying by not explaining what this little thought was, but she kept telling me, don't worry about that right now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And assuring me that the opposite of my fear was coming. So the thing that I was scared of not happening would happen, but just not right now. And she kept saying it like multiple times in the session. And I'm like, that is because the universe has been listening to a little thought in my head, and that it knows is taking a little bit of my energy and is potentially holding me back slightly from stepping into full potential and fully showing up for life as it is right now and what I need to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, don't, like, it's listening. So it's like, so for me, I get like, that deepens my like connection to like my own spirituality and like my own understanding of energy. Because like that experience explains it for me. Whereas some people, they want the science, they want Joe Dispenza, and they want the studies, and that's available too. So everyone's like different. But that like things like that help me make sense of what's all the waffle that everyone talks about.
Yeah, no, I love that, because they do say that obviously your thought forms and things that you're feeding are like in your auric field and they're around you. So obviously when Elaine was like reading you, she can maybe see, oh, this is taking a little bit of Grace's energy and it's not beneficial. So she can stop that right there. And it's the same for when you're manifesting something positive. You're always feeding that energy. It's going to be in your auric field, and whether it's going to come into physical reality is up to whether you take the action. But by feeding it, it's obviously a really powerful thing to do. And like we said before, that doesn't mean that you can't have negative thoughts, because we are humans, but a lot of the time it can be quite unconscious things as well. But that's why as well, I think that working with psychics and stuff, obviously each their own, but I think it can be so powerful, because they can pick up on things, one, you might not even realise, like say you might not realise that was actually taking much of your energy, and two, like you can't really bullshit them, like you can't.
No, yeah.
So that's why I just think it's really, like, if anyone listen now, maybe they've done therapy or they've done whatever and they want to go that bit deeper, definitely something like tarot, someone with psychic abilities is really, really good, because they can, and everyone has psychic abilities obviously, but they've took the time to practice how to channel that energy for you. So they will pick things out and little thought forms that you don't need, that you might not even realise. Because one example for me that I don't mind sharing is, like, when I first ever went to my like energy healer, she said to me, we shouldn't say it like this, but through our work, she was like, your whole life you've never felt good enough.
You're talking about Estelle, not Elaine.
Yeah, Estelle. And I was like, really? I was like, because from the ego point of view, I believe myself. I'm like, whoa, yeah. But she was like, no, from like you growing up and things that you just kind of experienced, she was like, you don't actually believe you're good enough. And I was like, what the hell? And then you think about it and you're like, oh, that actually makes sense. Why I would do certain things. But obviously that's quite a while ago. I feel like a completely different person now.
Yeah.
But I would have never really realised that. So anyone that loves hearing a bit about psychic stuff, if you're interested in it, definitely go for it, because they will pick out those thought forms that you don't need. Yeah.
And like they even just teach you more things about yourself and like your soul and everything. So I keep thinking a lot recently about like what happens to us after we die. Like I do believe that we're just souls and we just come into the body and live a life as Grace right now, but then I'll go and come back as a cat. It's like or something. But I think that like I just know that when we die, it's not the end. It doesn't just stop there. We're souls. We're souls. But anyway, so like when your soul comes here as like into you in this body in this lifetime, like it's got gifts, it's got karmic lessons, it's got like soul contracts, it's got soul destiny, like all these things. And when you go to these like tarot people, they basically reveal those things to yourself. It's not like they're like, oh, just pulling random shit out of the arse. Like you're gonna be Beyonce, you're gonna be the next Beyonce, you know, just to gas you up. And they're like, it's like very specific things, and it just like hits straight into your heart, like your soul just speaks, and it's like, that's the fucking truth, isn't it?
Yeah, because
that's
you're remembering. Not knowing.
And like, you know, and then it makes sense as well, because you're like, oh, that's why I do this. That's why I am like this. That makes sense. Then you can, like, for me, one of the things she told me was it's in my soul's nature to be passionate. So she was like, she was meaning it in like love sense and work sense. And it makes sense. I don't like dating a lot of people.
Yeah, you're a passionate lover.
I don't like giving a lot of people my energy.
Yeah.
They have to be like the right, like I could just, and like, but other souls, other people love to like, you know.
Yeah, try before they buy.
No, not just that. I don't even just mean that.
No, I don't mean it in a sexual sense. I mean, in general, people might like date lots of people.
Yeah. Like that
might be their soul contract.
Yeah. To like mix with lots of different souls.
Yeah.
Like mine's just not.
Yeah.
It helped me, like, so when she was saying these things to me, it just helped me learn more about myself. Because when she was saying, Grace, you are a heart-driven, passionate woman, she was like, she put that on your business card, and I was like, okay. But I was like, that makes so much sense, because like I've like always been like, I'm in or I'm out, like with everything in my life. I'm not just talking about dating here, I'm talking about work, everything, friends, everything. Can't have anything half-assed. Not saying like I'm really like intense. I'm like, give me everything, let's go, get up at 5, smash the day, because I'm quite a chilled person too. But as in like, if I'm gonna invest my energy into something, you're getting 100. You're not getting 50. I just can't do it. It's not our work. It's not my nature. So like, so when she was saying that to me, I was like, it's the fucking truth, isn't it? Yes. So then I can make the right choices with work things. So like I won't say yes to a project that I actually don't feel passionate about because I can't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's probably why like I'm quite choosy with my friends too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know, if I'm your mate, like I want to be your best mate. Like I want to give you loads of energy, I want to be a good friend.
That's why I think it just helps you get to know yourself.
Yeah, it does.
Such
and
a
it's
deeper
such a
level.
it was such a simple thing she said, and I'm like, no, that's so true. Like I've always really resonated with this quote, and it was like, I'm a very with all my heart kind of person. I either love you with all my heart, or like I don't, and I don't. I've actually butchered it. I know it's such a good quote. What is it? It's on my Instagram.
I don't know.
So I'm a very with all my heart kind of person. I either love you with all my heart or it stops with all my heart as well, or something like that. Basically, just what I'm saying, like
not one foot in, one foot out.
No, yeah, and I just can't. I think that's why like I've like that non-stop energy for the podcast, like because even when you don't monetize it or whatever or anything like that, like you just like, but I fucking love it as I can't stop.
Yeah.
Or anything, you know, some things that might pull someone back and think, oh no. But if you're passionate about it, it drives you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, it's cool. Cool. Everyone go get a tarot reading.
Yeah, if people aren't like dying to get one of these.
I know, because I can't believe how many times we brought it up, but it's really deepened my understanding of myself and my understanding of energy and my understanding of what spirituality as well means to me, because I think it means something different to everyone.
Yeah.
And there's truths in it that are true for some people and truths in it that are not true for other people. And like it's just like it's a spiritual experience what you're having in that, and it just like helps you understand what's true for you, what's real and what's not.
100%. Everyone going deep in your awareness.
And when you're doing that as well, when you're doing that as well, when you're experiencing and exploring spirituality through experiences like that, rather than listening like incessantly to a guru and what they're saying, you find your truth.
Yeah.
You find your connection, like you find your inner power and like how you relate to it, which then means that you understand it more, so you can make it more work for your life. Like you know what I mean? Like you can. So it's like for me, I understood how much my energy was so like crucial and powerful. So now from that experience, I can pull my energy back from some things that I had no idea I was pouring my energy into whatsoever, that were kind of scary, that was like in my like field, and like I can pull away from that. But like no spiritual guru could have ever told me that. No,
exactly. There's only so far you can go.
I think people get a bit caught up. Yeah.
And the thing with like energy as well is like I said at the start, that's your truth.
Yeah.
So like anything you've said in this episode, or anything I've said, or anything, if someone went and had a spiritual experience and they start telling their friends, they start spreading the word, you can never say anything wrong, because that's your experience and that's your truth. That's your spiritual truth. And that's what I think is so magical. Like you can consume all you want, and that's good for building awareness and knowledge. But yeah, getting out there and having your own mystical, magical experiences in whichever way you want, is you just spreading your light, and that's your truth.
Yeah, and you don't even need to like have to pay to go see a tarot reader to do that. Like it can even be in little things like, you know, just like you start to notice those coincidences and those synchronicities and those little things that have happened that have just meant that you've landed in a certain position that's like maybe been really good or saved your life, or like, you know, like you're like, oh, if I'd actually turned the car at 3 seconds later I would have been dead or something like that. It's quite dramatic, but you know what I mean. I'm just using that as an example. I don't experience that in my everyday life, but you know, little things like that, you start to notice the little synchronicities, and that's when you're like, okay, I get it, and that's how you start to make sense of it for yourself. But I think when you're new to like understanding spirituality, the reason why you kind of absorb a lot of gurus and all that stuff. Also, they always say if anyone labels themselves a spiritual guru, they're not a fucking guru, and you should run a mile, because no one is.
Yeah.
They're not.
I don't really think
some people just have a great knowledge on a great, like, they have a wealth of information, they've got their own sort of thing on it. Like Joe Dispenza, he's come at energy and all this with science, and it's this whole new realm that he's brought in to make clear for people to understand. But no one is right, and no one's the one correct person.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Again, like, you find that truth with some,
Yeah, you find it within
just be
you.
careful of getting too like absorbed by a one specific. It's
Yeah.
like you gotta like look in.
Yeah, I saw a great quote the other day actually that was saying that any healer or like guru or anyone that you look up to, like don't put them on a pedestal and actually pray for their healing, because they are they are human and they're healing too. Like anyone who you look up to and think are absolutely amazing, like it doesn't mean they're not amazing, but don't put them on a pedestal because you're just as powerful as them. Like it's all energy at the end of the day. But I think we're coming to the end.
Yeah, we are.
To round it up, we're going to do a very quick little energy protection exercise, because you guys might have been listening and thinking, oh, I have a family member or someone in my life or, I don't know, someone at work that you feel is not in alignment with your authentic truth and they drain your energy. But it doesn't mean you have to kick them out of your life if you can't. You can do little simple things to protect your energy. So I'm going to talk you through a really quick exercise, which is like a visualization, and as well, like literally dispenser. Pretty much everyone that I kind of look up to, they all say it in a different way that just your intention of protecting your energy is enough. It doesn't mean you need like this, that, all these objects.
You need to go buy this massive crystal and you need to get 5 sages and light all the incense and turn off all the lights and then it'll work. It's not your intentions enough. Yeah.
It's just energy, and you don't need to be knowledgeable on it or anything. You just need to be a human, which I'm sure you all are, with energy, and then you can move energy and get rid of energy. Okay, so just closing down our eyes now and just taking a big deep breath. And we're just going to breathe at a normal pace, but with each breath, I just want you to imagine a bright white light falling down from your head to your toes with every out breath that you take. I want you to imagine this light as a really thick, bright light. If it helps to imagine the colour, just imagine like a really pristine white paint just floating all around your body. As the paint falls down around you, it actually begins to form like an egg shape around you, which is becoming your protection. And as it's falling, it's getting lighter and brighter, and you're actually feeling lighter in yourself with each breath that you take, and the light is falling down, covering your back, covering your front, past your legs, all around your feet. Now I want you to keep pouring that light. Literally imagine as if it's a bucket of light, just pouring on top of your head for as long as you need. So some days you may need longer than others, but you're just going to keep pouring that light energy right through the crown and all around your body. And as you keep pouring it and it gets to your feet, it's actually going to just seal at the bottom of your feet. So you're basically in a little egg of light. This little egg of light is your protection for the day. So anybody's energy field that comes up to you, this light will protect you all day, and you are safe and protected inside. Just going to take one more big deep breath, and if you need, just one more big pour of light all around your protective egg. And just seal it in the bottom in your mind. And there you are done. And it may sound a bit weird if you've never literally done that before, but as I said, your intention is absolutely everything. So if you've set the intention there to protect your energy in your little egg, then that is what you're going to do. And you can do that as many times as you want, or you could just do it in the morning for a few minutes, and it's a game changer.
I love my protective egg. Thank you.
A little protective egg, like a little Easter egg.
Yeah, happy Easter, everybody. Yeah. Wait, this might be going... Yeah, this will be out after Easter.
Oh, yeah.
Hope everyone's had a nice Easter. Yeah, I've got a little crystal here. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my crystal. If you follow us on Instagram, you might have seen that. I put this crystal on Instagram quite a few times on the stories. At Find Your Feet Podcast, if you want to come and follow us. But this little crystal I've got here, I don't even remember what stone it is or what it's for, but it's something to do with a diamond, but it's obviously not a diamond, because otherwise that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it, if I was like walking around with a big diamond stone. But when I
One day.
yeah. Well, this is what I thought because basically the inspiration for purchasing this diamond, beautiful looking crystal was that Elaine, not sponsored, in the tarot reading, she told me that I need to call on the diamond light energy. And she said that's a protective energy, but you never have to seal it up and out. Like you ask for it once and it's there and you just live in it. And it's this like resilient, vibrant energy. So if you're like, maybe you're struggling with something right now, like listening right now, I'm talking to you. Maybe like you're struggling with someone, like you live with someone draining, like you can't wake up every day and ask for the sealing egg, like you need it just be always sealed. Call on the diamond light energy. That's what Elaine told me, right? It's cool. I'd never heard it before. It's apparently new energy, new to the world, only in the last 10 years. Anyone listening now that's never heard any of this stuff can think, what the fuck are you talking about? But anyway, I bought this crystal because it reminded me of a diamond. I thought, okay, because she was telling me, because the thing that she was telling me I needed it for, it was something that was like kind of freaking me out. So I was like, okay, yeah, I really will. Give me the diamond light energy. Like I was like, yeah, need this shit. So I bought the crystal because the crystal, it's obviously not a diamond, but it looks like one. But it's a constant reminder that I'm always in the diamond light energy. So it's a constant reminder of my intention to be protected from bad vibes.
Exactly.
And to be resilient, strong, powerful, passionate, heart-driven woman. So like you can even do little cute things like that. That's what I mean. Like make spirituality fun.
Yeah.
Make it work for you. This little rock has nothing to do with that energy. I've just made it because I've set the intention on it, and that's my truth.
Exactly.
And that's how it is. That's how you have to approach all this stuff. Have fun. Go within. Find all the answers.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. If you enjoyed it, fire it off to a friend, put it in the group chat, say, love this, you can listen to this, it'll give you loads of energy.
Yeah. Give them some diamond light energy.
Yeah, and give us some energy back, validate our egos, and give us some good vibes. I would love it if you left us a little rating on Spotify. All you have to do is press one little button on there. You don't need to write anything. It's so easy. Go on, give us a 5-star. Or if you're listening on Apple, you can actually write something. But we love getting reviews. We love reading your feedback. We love it because it helps the show grow.
Yeah.
And it's just nice. So do that. And if you want to connect with us further, come and hang out with us on social media at Find Your Feet Podcast on Instagram. And also we are on TikTok now. We're getting down bad for Jack Harlow on TikTok.
I can't wait to watch these videos.
So come and follow us on there. The link is in the show notes too, but it's just at Find Your Feet Podcast. TikTok's where we get a bit looser.
Yeah. Definitely got
because TikTok's just a bit of a funky platform. But yeah, so come and connect with us. Let us know what you thought about the show. Send us a DM me. I am down bad for Jack Harlow too.
Yeah. And one more thing. If you want to call in your own energy each morning and start meditating, then do not forget we have a range of meditations and affirmations planned and recorded with some lovely music behind on our website, which are all $3.99 for lifetime access. So if you do want to go and recharge your energy each morning, those meditations are always available for you.
Peace and love. Good vibes from the universe.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.